Where do we keep it? Where do we store it? Where do we leave all those billions and billions of rand that get removed every week, if not every day? I mean, is there somebody with a little machine in their garage that prints out all that money? I mean, it's got to be somewhere, Not just on the front page of a newspaper. My liewe aarde, I've stopped reading about the economy. First of all, it's too confusing, and second of all, it's too depressing. And yet, on the other hand, it is the most important thing to think about because money buys the future. And then, of course, I found, as I was sorting things out, a piece of joke money from Zimbabwe. But, I don't think it was joke money. I think it actually was for real. It says $200,000. $200,000! Hy sis toch. We always said we'll never get here. It'll never happen to us. Behold Cyril Ramaphosa's new dawn. This, I think, from the Mail and Guardian, which is something I don't often read, but now listen to this. In February, Finance Minister Tito Mboweni announced in his budget that 23 billion, the first of several such payments over the next 10 years, would be made to support Eskom. Eskom. The first payment was scheduled for later in the year in August. Now, this is August we are in at this moment, no? But just 5 weeks later, in April, after Parliament had risen ahead of the May election, Mboweni had to write to the House to authorize 17 billion of the 23 billion to be paid. Ne? Eskom had run out of cash. Eskom. This week, he announced a special appropriation bill to bail out the money-eating machine by a further 26 billion this year and 33 billion next. The total taxpayer support for the next 2 years will be 105 billion rand. The taxpayers' support. Who is this taxpayer? Is it me? Am I the only one? Of course, my little granddaughter, Latoya Osavanya, has asked me to do some research because she's doing a project on economy. Oh, my gods. She wants to be the Minister of Finance in the future South Africa. So, of course, I went into Google search after I looked at my Google search, and I found some very interesting things to answer my question, who is the taxpayer? 8.5% of South African people are white people, ne? Me and some of you. 7.6 million South Africans are registered as taxpayers. 7.6 million out of how many? Out of 56 million. Think about that for a moment. 13% pay income tax. Ne? 13%. 87% don't pay income tax, but they pay VAT. And the income from that brings in more money. Kan julle dit glo? The latest National Treasury statistics report that in South Africa, 7.6 million, I told you all of that, it'll be payable by only 2.1 million registered taxpayers. 2.1 million registered taxpayers out of 56 million people. So now what I want to know is, where is this money? Can I go and knock at the Reserve Bank and say, show me the money? And what if they can't? What if we realize that all that money is on paper, on the cloud? Then we will end up with our own funny joke money, rands, and that'll be 200 billion thousand, 460 million hundred, 24.62 cents. To quote someone who can't even remember that he was president, I don't have enough fingers to count, but I'm trying.
Evita, Evita, and you know what we mean. Evita, Evita, always on the scene. Evita Bezuidenhout, Evita should be queen.